Hello everyone, very good morning and a very warm welcome once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ as English. So my name is Praveen Mishra and we are going to start the Hindu analysis, that is 7th of April 2025, right? So going ahead with the first headline for the day, the first news that is the most important news. It's a not only news, actually it's an event, what we can call. Okay, event that has now been written in the books of history as well. Just 24 hours back, the Prime Minister of India has inaugurated India's first ever vertical sea bridge, that is Pamban Sea Bridge, which has been often called as right now an engineering marvel, right? It's not marble, sorry, marvel. Okay, so what is the Pamban Bridge all about? So, firstly, when we talk about the history of the Pamban Bridge, okay, yes, its vertical feature is new, but not the Pamban Bridge. Pamban Bridge is 111 years old. It's a heritage, it's a historical place made in the year 1914 by the then British government. Okay, they initiated the project, okay, known as the Pamban Bridge project, and now a new thing, a new element has been added to the historical bridge, that is Pamban Bridge, as in the vertical upliftment, right? So, what we know about the location and what is the importance of this news? We know it very well that our Prime Minister, the new Prime Minister, the incumbent Prime Minister after Sardar Manmohan Singh ji left the throne of the PM, the new PM is often applauded, is often, given a tag of a very good speaker. See, I'm not going to discuss about his political mileage, his political achievements, the questions over his politics, and apart from that, any such thing. The one thing that we are going to discuss, that is one thing that is also discussed throughout the globe, is what Mr. Prime Minister, that is Narendra Modi, is a very good orator, very good speaker, right? And the speeches, what he delivers, those speeches, they do have some references as well. With the present topic, he has got some references to the other topics as well. And so, with the engineering marvel of the Pamban Bridge, that is towards its vertical upliftment, Mr. Prime Minister has also mentioned about some other bridges as well, some other incidences as well. Okay, so talking about what are the features here, what he has stated in his speech, okay, that is, yes, an engineering marvel that is going to boost the trade and tourism, obviously, but apart from that, the mentioning, what are the mentionings here? So he has mentioned some of the other locations as well. Like for example, he said that the Chenab rail bridge, one of the highest rail bridges in the world, has been constructed in Jammu and Kashmir in the north. The Atal Setu in Mumbai, the longest sea bridge has come up in the western part, that is here. And apart from that, the Bogibeel bridge, that is the longest rail cum road bridge. Okay, so the three names, the Pamban Bridge, the Chenab Bridge, and apart from that, the Bogibeel, okay, or simply speaking, the Bogibeel Bridge, right? So, Atal Setu, that we have already discussed in our Friday's session, okay, with regard to the issue of the Nava Creek, right? In that, we have already discussed about the Atal Setu, if you remember, right? In case you're going ahead with the everyday, the Hindu analysis class. So, here we have got the other names as well. But before that, the vertical upliftment of the bridge, that is the Pamban Bridge. As you can see, the new Pamban Bridge, it is being uplifted, right? So upliftment of the bridge is happening. Simply, as you can understand, the general or the conventional bridges, okay, the general or the conventional bridges, how do they uplift? Okay, so they actually get divided. Bifurcation happens from the mid, that is from exactly the midpoint of the bridge. That is something what you can see here. Okay, so this is how the general bridges, they get separated in order to let the bigger containers or the ships or the naval ships, whatever, to pass through it, right? But the Pamban Bridge, there will be no bifurcation, there will be no separation done in order to have the passage. But the other thing, the bridge will just go up from the surface, it will just lift up, just like a particular lift we use in our colonies, in the societies or the offices or whatsoever, right? So it is something that will be going up, that will be lifting, and let the ships, okay, which are having some high lengths, okay, let the ship pass through the bridge. Okay, so this is what the vertical upliftment of a bridge means, right? Simply speaking. Now, the other features that Mr. Prime Minister has mentioned, okay, while delivering the inauguration speech of the new Pamban bridge, right? So, the Chenab bridge. What are the features of the Chenab bridge? So, Chenab bridge is the world's highest railway bridge, which is being part of the USBRL, that is the Udhampur Srinagar Baramulla Rail Link project. See, guys, make it clear when you are making your notes. Okay, here we go. That is the Chenab Rail Bridge. Okay, when we talk about simply the Chenab Rail Bridge, it is not just India, not just Asia, but world's highest railway bridge. Right? Highest, that is onto the highest altitude. Right? Like, for example, if we talk about the highest altitude railway station, so we have got the name Park Avenue, right? But when we talk about the highest railway bridge of this globe, whole globe, okay, so it is with us, that is in India, in our crown, that is named as Kashmir, right? What is the name? Chenab Railway Bridge. Simply speaking, Chenab Bridge, right? So the bridge is nearly 1,000, not nearly, exactly 1,315 meters long, and is the highest railway bridge across the world. Okay. How much is the height? It is 359 meters above the riverbed level. Okay. So above the surface of river Chenab, it heights up to 359 meters, right? So this makes the strike here, that is what? The world's highest altitude river bridge, right? Okay. So the next one, Chenab River. What do you understand by Chenab River? Since Chenab is here into the discussion, Chenab Bridge is here into the discussion, so we need to discuss the Chenab Bridge as well. Okay. So, it rises in the upper Himalaya. Chenab River, okay, what it does, it rises in the upper Himalaya in the Lahore and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. So, guys, make it clear once again. Chenab Bridge is in Kashmir, but Chenab River, its origination or it originates from which particular point? So, the state is Himachal Pradesh. The locality, okay, the wonderful place, the mesmerizing view of Lahore and Spiti also has the origin of Chenab River, and specifically the exact point. What is the exact point of origin? So the Bhaga River that originates from Suryatal Lake, okay, so the river is formed by the confluence of two rivers. Okay, Chenab River is confluenced by two rivers. What are these two rivers? Okay, Chandra and Bhaga. What is the exact location? Tandi. Okay, so there is a place in Himachal, okay, in the Lahore Spiti district as well, that is Tandi. And from there, we have got Chenab River that is coming ahead with the confluence, that is the mixture of two distinct rivers. What are these two distinct rivers? It is Bhanga. Okay, so the first one is Bhanga, okay, and the other one is Chandra. Okay, so when we talk about the Bhanga River or the Bhaga River actually, okay, so it originates from Suryatal Lake, which is situated a few kilometers west of the Baralacha Pass. Okay, so which lake? Suryatal Lake, right? One of the most important tourist hotspots as well. What is the name? Suryatal. Okay, like for example, we have got Chandratal. So in that very same sense, we have got Suryatal. So it originates, the Bhaga River, okay, basically it originates from Suryatal Lake, which is situated a few kilometers from the Baralacha Pass. So Suryatal Lake, nearest lake will be the nearest pass will be the Baralacha Pass. Okay. Next, Chandra River. Okay, so it originates from the glaciers east of the same pass, that is near Chandratal. So if you are a backpacker or a mountaineer who loves, or a wanderlust whatsoever, right, who loves to travel, and explore the places. So, into your bucket list, the first and foremost location would be for sure the mountain regions of Kashmir and Himachal. So when we talk about Himachal, so obviously these are the two names which are also very much discussed among the people, those who are visiting the areas of Lahaul Spiti. So we have got a pass there, that is when you go by road from Manali to Ladakh. So you will find a very wonderful location there as well, that is named as Baralacha Pass. Okay. So Baralacha Pass, it is the point from where the river Chenab originates, and river Chenab is originating with the confluence of two different lakes. And what are these two lakes? The Bhaga Lake, okay, the two distinct rivers, okay. What are these rivers? The Bhaga River, okay, and the Chandra River. Bhaga River originates from a lake that is termed as Suryatal Lake, whereas Chandra River originates from another lake that is known as Chandratal Lake. Okay, what is the name of the district? The name of the district simply that is Lahaul Spiti. Okay, where? Himachal Pradesh. Right. So from here it originates and then drains towards the areas of Pakistan. Right. So point is Chenab River. But the next thing, Chenab Bridge. Chenab River originating in Himachal, but Chenab Bridge is there in Kashmir. Right? So next bridge that Mr. Prime Minister has mentioned in the speech, what is it? It is the Bogibeel. Okay, the Bogibeel Railway Road Bridge. Another thing that is to be noted here. The Bogibeel Bridge is the world's largest road cum rail bridge. So that is having road as well as rail. So above there is road. As you can see these lights here, okay. These are the street lights or the highway lights. This is the road, okay. And just beneath the road we have got the bridge. Okay, what is it? The Bogibeel Bridge. Where? In another fantastic state, okay, that is what? In our northeast, Assam. Right? What is the name? Bogibeel Bridge. Okay, 4.9 kilometers of the length. So as you can see here, so Assam longest railroad bridge, 4.9 kilometers, 4.94 kilometers, and apart from that, connects the river Brahmaputra, okay, through Dibrugarh and Dhamaji districts of Assam. So basically from Dibrugarh to Dhamaji. Okay, and besides providing rail connectivity, it will link in two existing national highways, that is NH37 as well as NH52. Okay, so you though this is not that important to be remembered, okay, that which particular two highways it is connecting, okay, if you can remember that's fine, or else generally UPSC doesn't ask these sort of questions, okay. But yes, the upper two segments, that is the Bogibeel Bridge, where Assam. What is the feature? The striking feature here, longest rail cum road bridge. Exactly 4.94 kilometers. Okay, connecting the areas of the districts of Dibrugarh and Dhemaji. Okay. So moving to the next headline, the next news for us today. Okay, what is that? Only 12% of High Court judges disclosed their assets. What the data has been telling us. How many? Only and only 12%, not more than 12%. As you can see the data, it is heartbreaking. It is troubling. How can it happen? And what are the constitutional and legal safeguards to it? Okay, so let's discuss. First of all, it's time for us to discuss, debate, demand, and require the judiciary, specifically the higher levels of judiciary, from high courts to supreme courts, through all the levels of judiciary, but specifically speaking, from higher courts to supreme court, right? It's time for the transparency. We have discussed and debated a lot and questioned a lot on the ethical discharge of functions and morality and honesty of our dearest and dear politicians, the national leaders. From the ruling party to the opposition parties, everywhere we have demanded. Though nothing done yet, but yes, the demand has been there. At least they are under public eye. What has happened a couple of weeks back with regard to the judge's official residence, Justice Yashwant Rao Verma? Crores and crores of Indian currency was found at his official residence, set ablaze, burning. You know, how are the things dangerous here? First thing, no FIR, no investigation, no particular any type of inquiry is yet done or is yet to be done. Though the Supreme Court has stated that an internal inquiry is going on, it is being conducted. But the point is, the judge should have been suspended immediately with immediate effect. The suspension should have taken place. But the point is, judge was transferred, taken oath, and working ahead like nothing has happened. Couple of weeks more ahead, we all will forget. The news will wipe out from the media, social, electronic, print, everywhere. But you think it's justice to the judicial system that a judge will be out of the news and out of the inquiry and everything and will be set free? It's not just about corruption from one judge. It's about the corruption inside the whole of the system that needs to be exposed, right? What action has been taken? Nothing. Burning the currency, even a 10 rupee note, even if you are burning, okay, that is destroying the currency, not even burning, any sort of destruction, even to a 1 rupee, 2 rupee note, 5 rupee, 10 rupee note is a crime. It's a crime mentioned in the rule books. That is destruction of currency, right? Even if you are destroying 5, 10 rupee note or the least domination 1 or 2 rupees notes, right? Then also it is a crime. Here, crores of rupees was burnt. Who burnt it? Okay, yet unknown. But where was it burnt? It was burnt inside the official, make this thing clear, official residence of the judge, right? Why no investigation? Why no complaint has been registered yet? And because of that, another thing that has come into the limelight is with regard to the disclosure of the assets of the judges. And data, once again, heartbreaking data, disturbing data. Absolutely. So as you can see what the news has to state, only 12% of the judges, high court judges, they have disclosed their assets. And let's go with the data, right? So when we talk about the states, those who are performing on an exceptionally well note, okay, the high courts that have, taken the most positive, affirmative and cognizant actions, okay, they are the Kerala High Court, followed by Himachal Pradesh High Court. The Kerala High Court, as you can see the whole data, okay, out of its 44 judges, 41 of them, they have declared their assets officially on the website of the Kerala High Court is available. Followed by Himachal Pradesh, out of 12 High Court judges, 11 of them, they have already declared their assets, right? But in total, when we talk about, in total, as of now, in our 25 High Courts, we have got 769 judges. Okay, in 25 High Courts of India, and only 95 or merely a 12.35% of them, they have disclosed their assets. So out of 769, when I am saying 95 of them, right, they have disclosed their assets. What about the rest? 87.65% of the judges, they are left. Why? What's stopping them in disclosing their assets? Okay, so see the disturbing data here once again. Okay, Kerala High Court leads it with 40 out of 44, 41 judges, they have done it. So up an applause, a particular, claps, there is needed, a stand-up ovation is needed, okay, for our judges of Kerala. Out of 44, 41 have done. And yes, Himachal Pradesh, out of 12, 11 of them they have disclosed, right? But the problem is with regard to the other areas. Okay, with regard to the other states. With as you can see, okay, with regard to Madras, number of judges who declared their assets 5 out of 65. Punjab and Haryana 30 out of 53. Delhi only 7 out of 38. Why? That is the clear cut indication that when I'm not disclosing something, I'm trying to hide something. And this hiding of the facts, it calls, it tells, it represents, it directs that something is fishy, right? So what is the constitutional status when it comes to the disclosure of assets of the judges, right? Honestly, no constitutional frame is there. Unfortunately, there is no constitutional frame available for the judges. As we can see, the Supreme Court on the judges' asset disclosure. This is what the Supreme Court has stated. Okay, so 4 time periods, 4 timelines are there in front of us. So let's see what are these 4. So the first and foremost, the legal status. Do we have any legal status? No. Judges are not legally bound to disclose assets publicly. First thing. In 1997, Supreme Court resolution came and in which Supreme Court stated that judges must declare assets to the CJI but not public. Okay. The judges from Supreme Court to High Courts, they must disclose their assets to whom? Only and only the Chief Justice of India. But do not make them public, not publicly. Okay. 2009, Supreme Court reversed the judgment. Allowed voluntary asset disclosure on the Supreme Court website, but not mandatory. Means if you are willing to, then go ahead. If you are not, then no problem. Lastly, 2019, Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court held that the judges, their assets, they are not personal information. That means they are the subject to the right to information. So, if you want to know about the asset of any judge from High Court, Supreme Court or whatever, you can, but for that, you will have to file an RTI. Okay, as because the previous ruling, 2009 ruling is still into the action. And what is that? Disclose your assets on your own will. You don't have any compulsion. You don't have any force to do. Right? If you want, do it. If you don't want, no problem. Leave it. What disturbance is it creating? Nothing. Is it disturbing the concept of transparency or the accountability that is the soul and heart of the democracy? No, it isn't. Come on. Right? Is it not representing that there is system loopholes or simply speaking corruption inside judiciary? No, it is not. How can you say that? Come on. We have got bigger things to deal with. Anna? India's got latent and the politicians jibe. These are the things that are much needed to be discussed. Okay. So next comes into the list here. The next topic, the next news for us. Telangana will strive to get Krishna water share, says the minister. One thing that needs to be understood here, do we need to read the news related to politics? Statements given by the ministers, are they really needed? Do we have to? No. When it comes to your CSE from prelims to mains, okay, you need not read political news or what the politicians are stating or simply the ministers are stating. No. But yes, what is the point of reference? Okay. So the point of reference is in the news as what we can see, River Krishna. Okay. River Krishna, that has been a river of dispute as well between the states of Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka and so on. River Krishna is not just one river that is a subject of dispute between multiple states. Okay. There are many rivers from Krishna, Kaveri, okay, including Ganga, Brahmaputra. Many rivers are there, which are, having disputes, which have created disputes among the water sharing of the rivers between the states, right? So, one such river comes here is Krishna River, originating from the Maharashtra region, okay, and crossing through the states of Karnataka as well, and then finally draining into the Bay of Bengal, right? Okay, so when we talk about the story and we talk about the news here, so River Krishna is the thing that is in light. So, in terms of water inflows, the river basins, Krishna is the fourth largest river after Ganga, Godavari, and Brahmaputra. So, India's top four largest rivers with regard to their basins. Okay, that is what? River Ganga, River Brahmaputra, Godavari, and lastly Krishna. Okay, so four rivers: Ganga, number one; Brahmaputra, number two; Godavari, number three; and Krishna, number four. Okay, so India's top four rivers, fourth is River Krishna. It rises where? In western Maharashtra, simply Maharashtra. Okay, in the western Ghats near Mahabaleshwar. Okay, about 64 kilometers from the Arabian Sea. So it rises from where? In Western Ghats, Maharashtra region, specifically the location of Mahabaleshwar. This is what River Krishna's origination is. Okay, that's it. Mahabaleshwar, Western Ghats, states Maharashtra. Okay, so River Krishna, right? That's it. Now, the another thing that is in question here, that is Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. Okay, we call it as Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. Is it a constitutional body? Yes. Under Article 262, Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal is created. Okay. And we have got a special session, a special current affairs event today, okay, after the Hindu analysis class, okay, where we'll be discussing about in detail, that is River Krishna, what is the whole story of River Krishna, why it is in dispute, and what is Article 262 of the Indian Constitution. To provide the trailer, I would just like to add asterisk mark here, okay, with regard to the Article 262, that is Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. And what is that? It is the judgment or the decision of Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal is said to be final. Okay, that is, it can be challenged in no court of law, right? Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. Okay, what it is final. The judgment of this is final. Okay, that is no challenging, no questioning, right? So this is what River Krishna and Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. Guys, please go ahead, subscribe the channel, okay, so that the updates, they are provided to you with regard to the notification. Okay, so just after the session has ended, couple of minutes later, okay, sometime later, that is, basically we will be discussing about the River Krishna and the Interstate River Water Dispute Tribunal. Okay, so next wonderful view that you are watching on your screen is with regard to a festival termed as Kaliyattam festival, right? So Kaliyattam festival celebrated being where? It's celebrated in another wonderful state, fantastic, fantabulous views, okay, as well as the traditions, considered as the God's own country, the state of Kerala, right? So in our Kerala state, just we have celebrated what? The Kaliyattam festival, right? So what is the Kaliyattam festival all about? So as we can see, the Kaliyattam festival, also known as, okay, the other name to the festival. What is this? Thayyam. Okay, Kaliyattam, call it Kaliyattam or call it Thayyam, they both are same. So Kaliyattam, also known as Thayyam. Okay, so the people consider Thayyam as a channel to a god, and they thus seek blessings from Thayyam. So what? Thayyam, okay, or Kaliyattam, it is what? A medium of connection with the god. Okay, so there is another deity termed as Thayam. So each Thayam is either a man or a woman, right? So it could be male, it could be female, whatsoever, who attained divine status by performing heroic deeds or by leading a virtuous life. So who is Thayam? Thayam could be a male or a female who has achieved a divine status. Okay, that is divine status as in who is very much near to God. Okay, so most Thayams are believed to be the incarnations of Lord Shiva, okay, or even Shakti, that is the consort of Shiva. So Shiv, Shakti, okay, or they have strong associations with these principal deities, specifically religion, that is Hinduism. Okay, right? So Thayam or Kaliyattam, yeah, Kaliyattam actually. What is this? A festival related to Thayam. Who are Thayam? Thayam, they could be either male or female, those who have attained divine status. Why? Because they have, performed some heroic deeds or they have led a virtuous life. Okay? And Thayams, they are said to be or believed to be the incarnation of Lord Shiva or maybe the consort of Lord Shiva, that is Shakti. Okay, so Thayam festival or the Kaliyattam festival dedicated to what? Dedicated to God Shiva. Okay, or maybe the consort of Lord Shiva, that is Shakti. Simply speaking, Thayam or Kaliyattam, Shiv Shakti. And the striking thing here, that is, it is the Thayam, it is a phrase, it is a term, it is a name or a designation. It could be given either to a male or a female. That is both, right? So next, if anyone from your household, your friends, relative, whatsoever, are suffering from diabetes, so we have got a good news today in the Hindu. And what is that? It's about a drug that has got the FDA approval as well in the US, and apart from that, it is under process throughout the globe as well. That is known as semaglutide. Okay, what is semaglutide? It reduces the cardiovascular events, the cardiovascular risks in diabetes patients, according to the study. Guys, please, a disclaimer. I'm not suggesting the semaglutide drug consumption. Okay, neither I'm just providing any sort of this that is the medicine, take it. No, I'm not giving any sort of prescription. No, I'm just telling that a news has come out. Okay, it's a good news as well for all of us, those who have got diabetes or of people around us, friends, kin, family, whatsoever. Okay, those who are suffering from diabetes. So a drug is here into the picture that is known as semaglutide. Make it clear, I'm not saying to go buy, consume semaglutide, and then you will be, having good and healthy body, you'll be free from diabetes, no renal issues or kidney related issues or any sort of XYZ problem. No, bilkul bhi nahi, absolutely not. No prescription, just a news. Okay, the news is good, that's it. Okay, so what is the news? Semaglutide, it can reduce the cardiovascular event risks. Okay, even when you are a diabetic patient or a patient who is having ample amount of weight or a fat in the body. So there is a drug. What is it named as? Semaglutide. Okay. So talking about the features of the semaglutide. It's a drug. Okay. And the parent name is Ozempic drug. Okay. What is the parent name? It is the Ozempic drug. This Ozempic drug, basically, it's a prescription injectable drug known generically as semaglutide. And what it does, semaglutide or Ozempic, it mimics a hormone that is known as GLP-1. So we have got a hormone in our body that is known as GLP-1. And in case the GLP-1 hormone is having deficiency in the body, so because of which we are a subject to either diabetes or ample amount of fat gain or the weight gain. So what this Ozempic or the semaglutide drug does, so it basically mimics the hormone that is known as GLP-1. Okay, so what is that here? Okay, working of the Ozempic, it mimics the hormone that is GLP-1, which helps regulate blood sugar by stimulating insulin release and slowing glucose release from the liver. Okay, so it is having some wonderful features. That is what? It mimics the hormone that is known as GLP-1. And what is the basic feature of the GLP-1? It releases insulin in the body. Releases insulin in the body, that is, it provides the balance into the glucose level release. Right. That means providing much of the energy, much of the invigoracy to the body. Okay, so what is the name of the hormone? GLP-1. And because of the deficiency of the GLP-1, okay, an individual can have either diabetes or ample amount of fat as well. And to maintain the release of the GLP-1 hormone in the body, okay, we have got a drug. What is the name as? What is the name? It is the Ozempic drug. And Ozempic drug is what? Termed as the another name, Semaglutide. Okay, so these are what? The basic features. Okay, so benefits, once again, providing good particular treatment for diabetes, and apart from that, blood sugar control, obviously, diabetes. Okay, cardiovascular and renal health. It provides with the protection of the heart related illness and the kidney related illness. That is what is known as renal health. So reduces the risk of heart attack, stroke, and kidney related issues in the high risk patients. And apart from that, yes, it provides good boost in helping weight loss, that is the fat loss. So it reduces weight gain associated with the insulin use in diabetic patients. Right? So simply speaking, when we talk about the semaglutide or Ozempic, it is having some wonderful features, okay, with regard to the blood sugar control, fat control, okay, cardiovascular and renal. So these are the four. Apart from that, five, that is diabetes. Okay, so this brings us to the next topic, that is Hadean protocrust, hot and hellish. What is this all about? What is this Hadean protocrust for, first of all? When we talk about the whole news, it tells us the Earth's first ever surface, very hot, and hellish as in, it's a slang term, okay, used by the writer. Hellish as in looks like hell, looks like dangerous. So as you can see, it is what? How Hadean protocrust would have looked like. Okay, so looking dangerous, right? Looking like the house of the evil, but no, it's the house of the humans. Though they converted themselves into the evils later on, but yes, it is Earth, that is house of humans, as well as animals, other flora and fauna as well, obviously, right? So that is why the writer of the article, okay, has took the slang term hellish. So Hadean protocrust. Okay, what is the whole scenario about this Hadean protocrust? So if you go ahead with the features, Hadean protocrust is the name for the Earth's crust, that is its outermost layer. Okay, the outermost layer, which was initially, when the Earth was being formed, it was said to be in the molten structure, okay, in the molten form, into the molten frame. In the earlier aeons or the earlier ages, in the first 200 million years of the this construction of Earth or the creation of Earth, the first ever surface, okay, that came out, okay, that was in the molten structure. Okay, need not go ahead with the whole article, don't worry. The things that we need to discuss, these are here. Okay, with the first 200 million years of the creation of the Earth, the first ever surface that emerged out, it was molten in nature, that is burning fire, okay, with fluid. Okay, that is what molten basically. So that particular surface of the Earth, which was hot, and yes, with the slang hellish as well, that is named as what? That is named as Hadean protocrust. Simple. Okay, this is what the whole article has to tell about. First 200 million years, okay, outermost surface of the Earth, molten in nature, molten as in fire, but this fire was in the fluid form as well, right? That is what we have right now these days inside the Earth, that is magma or lava, right? So in that very same sense, we had got the surface of the Earth, and that was named as what? Hadean protocrust. Okay, so guys, that's it with this, and moving to the MCQs segment for the day, the MCQs question formats, that is, consider the following statements about the Bogibeel Bridge. Okay, Bogibeel Bridge. So, It is the longest rail-cum-road bridge in India. Second, connects Assam and Arunachal Pradesh over River Brahmaputra. Constructed under the public-private partnership model. So, what could be the probable correct answer with regard to the Bogibeel Bridge? So, first statement is absolutely correct. Longest rail-cum-road bridge in India. Okay. So, anyways, with regard to the elimination method, option B can never be the correct option, as statement 1 is absent from option B. So, we have got option A, C and D. Statement 2, that's correct as well. Assam and Arunachal over River Brahmaputra. And third statement is not correct, as it was not made under public-private partnership. So what is the correct answer? 1 and 2 only. Okay. So 4.94 kilometers long railway bridge connects Dibrugarh, okay, to the Dhamaji in the state of Arunachal. And apart from that, statement 3 is not correct. Not made on public-private partnership. Okay, simply it was made by the Indian Railways with the support from the Ministry of Defence, as it is having a importance of, as it is having the strategic importance as well. Right. Next, consider the following hydroelectric projects located in the Chenab River. So once again, if you are watching the Hindu analysis classes daily, so you know the answer. So Dulhasti, Baghighar, Kishanganga, Ratal. Right. So just 3 days back, in the Hindu analysis class only, we discussed about Kishanganga Dam project. And we know it very well that Kishanganga Dam project is not made on river Chenab. It is made on river Jhelum, okay, that is river Neelam in local language. So option 3 could never be the answer, okay. So option 3 is there in option, statement 3, that is Kishanganga, is there in option A, option C and option D. So obviously we are left with only B, that is 1, 2 and 4, that is Dulhasti, Baglihar and Ratal. Okay, so 1, 2 and 4. So Dulhasti, Baglihar and Ratal are the hydroelectric projects on the Chenab River. Okay, Kishanganga is on the Neelam River, tributary of Jhelum, not Chenab. Right? Next. Which of the following conditions must be satisfied to be appointed as a judge of the High Court? Okay, must be satisfied. The conditions that are needed to be appointed as a judge of the High Court. So what are they? Statement 1, must be a citizen of India. Statement 2, must have held a judicial office in India for at least 10 years. Statement 3, must have been an advocate of a High Court for at least 10 years. Statement 4, must be at least 45 years of age. So what is the correct answer? See, the Constitution of India has kept itself silent over the minimum age requirement for a person to be appointed as a judge, okay, in High Courts or Supreme Court, wherever. So statement 4 is wrong, right? There is no particular word or an age mentioned by the Constitution with regard to the appointment of judges inside the judicial organs, right? Maximum age is mentioned, that is the retirement age. 62 for High Court judges, 65 for Supreme Court judges, right? So statement 4 is nowhere correct, okay? So option D is the statement, is the option which we can eliminate immediately. So statement 1 is correct, must be a citizen of India. 2 is also correct, must have held office, judicial office for continuously 10 years, continuously. And statement 3 is also correct. The other requirement, at least one of them must have held an office of advocate in any high courts for 10 years. Okay. So, yes, under Article 217, Clause 2, citizen of India, judicial office in continuous for 10 years, or remember, either of it. Okay, not both of it, either of it. Okay. Or have been an advocate of a high court for at least 10 years. And there is no minimum age mentioned in the Constitution. Right? Next. Which of the following best describes the pharmacological action of semaglutide? Okay, that is simply speaking, semaglutide, they help to an individual in which acts as a beta blocker reducing heart rate and blood pressure, inhibits glucose absorption in the small intestine, stimulates insulin secretion and reduces appetite. And D, acts as an antibiotic to kill the gut flora. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Obviously, we have discussed it. It is related to the fat loss, and apart from that, yes, related to the release of insulin for the sake of the diabetes patient. Okay, so the option C, okay, stimulates insulin secretion and reduces the appetite. This is what the semaglutide or the Obsimin drug is, right? So it mimics what? It mimics a hormone that is known as GLP-1 hormone. Okay. So guys, that's it from my side here in this session of the Hindu analysis. Thank you so much for watching, and if you wish to connect with me over the social media handles, so here it is for you. Okay, over Instagram it is the username Praveen Mishra _2107, and over Telegram it is the channel study _with _Praveen, right? So even if you won't use the word the phrase underscore there, then also you will be able to search the channel. Okay, so wherever you wish to connect, you can. Okay guys, and apart from that, please, if you haven't subscribed to our StudyIQ English channel, so here it is. Please do subscribe the channel as well. And apart from that, please do let me know your opinion into the comment section as well. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. See you all soon in the next session. And please remember, the next session is all about the project that we need to discuss. Okay, firstly about Krishna River, and apart from that, what are the features of interstate river water dispute tribunal. Okay everyone, thank you so much. This is me, Praveen Mishra, signing off. See you in the next session. Good day, take care. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.